Welcome back in. It's time to talk about your pets. And if you notice your dog licking its paws more frequently than normal, it could be a sign of a problem, a possible infection. Dr. Tamisha Hubbard, a veterinary dermatology specialist, and Dr. Jerome Williams from Red Mountain Animal Clinic, they join us now to explain. Yes, they do. All right, there they are. How you doing this morning? Good to have you with us this morning.
Good morning.
All right, so first of all, Dr. Williams, talk about why a dog licks their paws to start with.
Well, there are many causes. Dr. Hubbard will sort of get into some of the more specific reasons for it. She'll let us know.
But do they do it normally just to clean themselves? Is that why they do it?
Yes, licking and groom is part of the normal grooming process of dogs and cats.
All right, so when should a dog owner be alarmed related to that?
Yeah, I think that it's a problem when it's a problem for the owner, then definitely it's a problem for the pet. So if they're licking excessively and it tends to be something that's noticed by the owner on a regular basis, then it is something that needs to be checked out by a veterinarian.
And so there may be signs it could be an infection, but that really does need to be checked out. But what would be some of those signs?
So some of the clinical signs we'll see is hair loss on the paws. They can have excessive inflammation or itching of the paws. They can have scabs or crusting on their paws or their feet. And so those are some of the clinical signs we normally see, which will be an indicator that they need to go and see a veterinarian.
Dr. Williams, how does the dog, though, get these infections?
Well, the bacteria that are in the environment are there frequently. And what happens many times is there's any kind of a break or damage to the skin, the infection penetrates. And then once that infection is there, then it sets off a vicious cycle. Itch, scratch, scratch, itch. So at that point, then something needs to be done to break that cycle.
Dr. Hubbard, so what about treatments? How quickly are they effective? And then if not that quickly, what can be done to mitigate some of the licking of the paws?
So if we're dealing with infections like bacterial or yeast infections, we can prescribe antibiotics or antifungals. Usually you'll see an improvement within about 10 to 14 days. If it's allergy related, then we want to prescribe something to break the itch cycle for sure. So we can use anti-itch medications, but they have to get those medications on a daily basis in order for it to get in their system to break that cycle. As long as they're licking, chewing, biting, scratching themselves, they will create that pattern for that infection to reoccur. So if we can break the itch cycle with those itch medications, then we can stop them from having those reoccurring infections on their skin.
And you saw some of the treatments that were listed there on the screen, what's available. Again, you'll want to see a specialist about that. But is it okay for the dog to be washed during this time too?
I always encourage owners to shampoo their pets at least once a week. So a medicated shampoo that has an antibacterial, antifungal component to it is very useful and very helpful in treating these conditions.
Great information, Dr. Hubbard, Dr. Williams. We do appreciate you. Thanks so much.
Good. Always good to be here.
Still a lot more ahead here on Goodell.